What is something that everyone accepts as normal that scares you? Saying no or telling someone they don't want to do something. Setting boundaries. Stuff like that is hard to do. I keep thinking of how I'm disappointing the person. People want to die naturally. That's up to them, and they've got every right to do so. But if I'm one day facing a long, painful death, I want to be peacefully and painlessly killed via euthanasia. And I should have the right to do so without risking the doctor performing the procedure going to jail. To be clear, I do not want to die via euthanasia either. The ideal way of going would be peacefully in my sleep, or alternatively, some kind of instant death via explosion, or whatever. I would prefer to die without artificial means to either end or prolong my life. But euthanasia should be available as an option, not a requirement, for those who want it and are facing terminal illness. Biking in traffic edit. I was thinking of bicycles, but as others have pointed out, it's dangerous for motorbikes too. I live in New York City and even cyclists in bike lanes get hit and killed regularly. Big nope from me. Oregon coast soil tankers spilling over wildfires in California, making the state look like a Blade Runner 2049 scene. Amazon still burning and being cut down as we speak. In the area I live in Germany, we have had really dry summers in the past years, which is not normal. It has always been a popular joke that it's always raining here, but now I can't even remember when was the last time it rained. All the dry weather has been a catalyst for bark beetles killing off our bark trees, which led to the government cutting any and all of those dead trees down. Now there are open gaps, spaces, or wounds, how I see them, in areas where trees should stand but don't. Icebergs melting at an alarming rate. Stronger and more powerful hurricanes. Death Valley hitting a record high temperature. Not believing concrete facts. Having kids. The thought alone makes me stressed out. The amount of ducking littering that happens, and how caring about the environment seems to be considered a liberal thing. It's sickening. That, and also just a general disregard for others. The fact that most people on this planet will have to work for at least 40, 50 plus years of their entire lives, edited to 50 plus years. Even more depressing. Sitting on a cliff ledge, or in general sitting on the edge of something that is really high. Like, what do I do if you fall? I legit get anxious anytime I see someone do this. Not everyone, but definitely far too many people are okay with driving high. People I know do it daily. Many of those people believe it makes them a better driver, or they've done it for long enough that they're fine. Honestly, intimacy. I'm 25 years old and the idea of anything past hugging a woman terrifies me now. I have the desire It genuinely disturbs me that most people treat life like it's a game and the only thing that matters to them is winning and getting ahead, even if it means letting people around them suffer. I feel most people lack empathy and are sociopaths, but people still lie to themselves believing they are good people. The song Three Little Bad stresses me out. When does someone say, don't worry about a thing, every little thing is going to be alright? They say it when shit is ducking awful. Not being able to speak about a different opinion than what is accepted by society as a whole without being shamed/threatened. Producing vast amounts of meat and then throwing most of it away. An animal died for that perfectly nutritious bit of meat you're throwing out. It died for nothing. At least eat it later, or buy less of it next time. Lying. I think it's the most terrifying thing. Working in an office for the majority of your life. Human trafficking in the porn industry. That Disney is making terrible live action movies of its better animations and people think they are. But climate change sure seems like people just accept it anyway. The fact that most men are made fun of and degraded for having feelings and emotions All you're doing to them is making those men cold and hurt and angry. This is abuse. And yes, it has very damaging and long-lasting psychological effects. You're not making them tough or manly. You're just teaching them that it's bad to be human. And that, in turn, teaches them to be cold and emotionless towards others. Sometimes also leading to violence towards spouses and children. Men are human. So, treat them like it. Having a kid, like it's just the next logical step in life. Am I crazy to think it's pretty terrifying? What is normal for the spider is chaos for the fly. Being alive. Seriously, why? Why are you all just walking around cool and chill that we exist? Did any of you ask for this? I sure didn't. Just why? Homogenization of thought. Because of social media, most of what you find being spread is instantly taken as truth. Having a 24/7 news cycle doesn't help either. It seems like people are losing critical thinking. Any difference in thought is seen as intolerance. I guess the presence of r/unpopular opinion proves this. There are almost 10,000 active nuclear weapons currently. Any one of them going off could trigger a global thermonuclear war. We've only barely managed to avoid this happening on many occasions in the last 75 years. We seem to forget that a man-made apocalypse is potentially hours away and only stayed by the hands of a few flawed humans on any given day. Lack of kindness and empathy for the general human populace. I don't mean corporations or the board of shadowy figures. I mean when you see another human and they need some sort of assistance, you do it. Being nice to people and being courteous has gone out of style. I realized we've covered this is not always possible though. Someone is struggling with their bags. Help them. The barista at the coffee shop messes up your order. Why is it necessary to get mad at that person and do a yell? Even behind closed doors. People are constantly so critical. This guy cut me off in traffic. What an asshole. This bum asked me for money. Duck him. Who gives a shit? How about we just treat everyone with the same care and understanding that we would when someone we love is having a bad day. It costs $0 to be kind to people. The world is already a pretty grim place. Don't make it unnecessarily more grim for others just because you can. Taking the side of a friend/family member/partner even when they're clearly in the wrong. If you really care about someone, call them on their bullshit so they can take a step toward bettering themselves. Don't just sit there and reinforce their shitty behavior. That's cowardly and not good for anyone in the long run. How stupid some people are. How entitled people are. How little people care about each other's well-being. The me first mentality. Sigh. Being stressed out 24/7. It's like a lifetime trend that you must have or else you're doing life wrong. Being in love. Goddamn terrifying. Hey, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.